Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars figure review. Today we're going to take a look at a 3 3/4 inch figure from Star Wars Rebels, and in today's review we are going to take a look at the Protector of Concord Dawn, the Mandalorian warrior Fenn Rau. This is a really nice figure. It is one that's taken a while to get into my collection. I had this one pre-ordered months and months ago and it's only just arrived in my collection, so I'm very happy to finally have it. This particular figure was made available during the final wave of Rogue One figures. It was released alongside other figures such as Admiral Raddus, Galen Erso and Lieutenant Cephala, although for some reason, like Grand Admiral Thrawn before him, this figure was left out of European case assortments. So for some bizarre reason, fans in the UK such as myself were unable to get this figure when it was first released, although I think Hasbro saw the error of their ways and later decided to release solid cases of this figure to independent retailers, so it gave us a chance to get our hands on him, and let me tell you, I'm really glad that I did. As a 5 POA figure, this one is really nice. I love Mandalorians and I'm sure you do as well, so again, yeah, this is definitely a figure that you're going to want to pick up. As always, there's a link down below in the video description where you can purchase this one for yourself. And before we take a closer look at the figure, we're of course going to take a look at the packaging that he comes in. Once again, this figure does come on the Rogue One card, as he was released as part of that line. At the top of the box, you've got the Death Trooper from Rogue One, or Star Wars Rebels as well, now that they've made appearances in the series. You've got the Star Wars logo just off to the side, and then down below that, you've got some really cool artwork of Fenn Rau in action. On the front of the bubble, you've got an image of the play feature that comes with the figure, and this one comes with an action feature within the jetpack. And then on the back, you've got a rundown of the Studio FX app by Hasbro, which just allows you to create special effects and mini movies with your action figures using your tablet or device. And then above that, you've got a brief description of the character. So really nice packaging. It does feel quite strange to go back in time and give you a look at this packaging, but it is what it is. Would have been awesome if this one was released on a Last Jedi card, as I think due to the colours and all that sort of stuff, this figure would have really popped on one of those white card backs. So for mint on card collectors, that would have been a nice opportunity, but for me, I couldn't care less. It's the figure that I care about, so that's what we're going to take a look at. As you can see, he looks very cool. Right off the bat, again, he is a 5 POA figure, so in that respect, he does only feature 5 points of articulation. You've got a ball joint at the head, swivels at the shoulders, and swivels at the hips. So not entirely posable, but does what he needs to. Does come with a multitude of accessories as well, as you can see, the first of which being this rather large, rather clunky, and rather weird looking jetpack. I'm not a huge fan of this, to be honest with you. The design of it is okay. It looks realistic, I suppose, in terms of an action feature and a play gimmick. It's a lot better than some of the other features that we saw with previous figures from this line. But I just think a lick of paint wouldn't have gone amiss. As you can see, it's painted in this baby blue colour, and it just looks a little bit weird, to be honest. And another aspect of this that I really don't like is the fact that it doesn't attach very well to the figure. You've got these J-hooks that throw over the shoulders, but they're too far apart and they don't close in enough, and this just creates a really wobbly look for the jetpack. And you know, you tip it upside down. Bad example because I've got the arms raised forward, but you know, if the arms are by his side and you tip this one upside down, it just flops around and falls off, which is no good really. The wings do expand and retract. There you go. The figure just jumps out of the jetpack if you so much as tickle it, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, you'll see the wings there, they pop out and pop back in. Not a particularly mind-blowing feature, but it is what it is. And again, it just doesn't clip very well onto the back of the figure. Very loose, which I'm not a fan of. So the less said about that jetpack, the better. But the figure itself is very nice indeed. I absolutely love this helmet design. It's sort of a hybrid between the clone pilots from Attack of the Clones and obviously the Mandalorian warriors. You've got the tubes that connect to the back of the helmet that reach down to the front and clip into the chest box, which is really nice. Got this really cool decal on the front of the helmet as well. It does come with 2 blaster pistols, very similar to those of Sabine Wren and the Death Watch before her, and they plug into the holsters on the sides of the leg. And the helmet itself can be removed as well. Now there is a little plug on the front of that hose that just clips into the front of the figure, and then the helmet just slides up over the head. The helmet itself is made of a nice soft rubbery plastic, so it's a nice snug fit, and the head sculpt underneath is really nice. It's a faithful representation of the CGI model that's used in the series, and it's really nice that this figure was made with a removable helmet, as it's something we don't tend to see much of in the 3 3/4 inch line these days. Or at least it wasn't at the point that this figure was released. Lieutenant Cephaler and Fenn Rau was sort of groundbreakers in that respect when it came to the 5POA line. But you also see that little slot on the front as well where that hose plugs in, which does restrict a bit of movement once the helmet is on. You know, you can't really turn the head once the helmet is on and that wire is plugged into the chest, but it's nice that they did it nonetheless, makes it a lot more secure, and yeah, it just creates a really nice look for the figure. So all in all, I'm impressed with this one. It's basic, you know, it's a 5-point of articulation figure, but it ticks all the boxes in terms of what it's supposed to do, and it looks really nice, fits right in with the rest of the characters from Star Wars Rebels. I can't wait to display this one alongside Sabine Wren, and I think this one would look even right at home amongst some of your Clone Wars figures, such as the Mandalorian warriors and Pre Vizsla and all those other guys, as Fenn Rau did of course serve in the Clone Wars as Skull Leader. So yeah, very cool figure. Jetpack aside, this is definitely a figure that you should pick up, and again, if you want to add this one to your own collection, be sure to hit that link in the video description. So as always, I want to thank you guys for watching this review. I'll be back with many more very soon, so until then, as always, thank you for watching, keep collecting, and may the Force be with you.